Hello and welcome back to the Kiricocho podcast, the best football podcast in the world. Because let's be honest, nobody knows football better than Italians. I'm Alga and I'm joined by my fellow host and friend, Danny My God.
Yeah, usually the biggest critique we get is that we watch too much golf instead of football, but whatever. We'll take it.
Today we're going to talk about the big match in the weekend on Sunday. Two big matches. Arsenal versus Man City, 5-1. If you didn't watch the match, I'm sorry, but that's a spoiler. And the Derby della Madonnina. Milan versus Inter Milan.
Yeah, because Milan was playing at home.
Yeah.
Both share the same stadium, but whatever, that's what it is.
And then we're gonna give you a roundup for the Premier League, Serie A. We watch them two leagues, Bundesliga not so much. Maybe when there's a big match, but we're interested in, of course, the Premier League, like Serie A, and I watch a bit of La Liga. So maybe a quick La Liga roundup before the upcoming match week.
Yeah, the only stuff he watches from La Liga are the DAZN highlights that come out on his TikTok feed. That's it.
No, that's not true. I watched.
Yeah, he's gonna talk.
Madrid
He's gonna talk about Lamine Yamal and what crazy player he was a couple days ago.
It was actually crazy. And then we're gonna give some ratings on the transfer moves that some clubs made.
Yeah, because it was an interesting month.
Yeah, especially for Pep. Inter Milan.
Those are big what ifs.
Yeah, we'll see. Okay, so let's start. Let's start by talking about the Premier League, Arsenal versus Man City. So, did you watch the game?
Bits and pieces. I was paying a lot of attention to that Inter versus Milan.
Yeah. So
was really sad the whole match. So yeah, I was focusing on my match.
Yeah, so we worked the Derby della Madonnina together, the AC Milan versus Inter Derby. But I went on to rewatch a few bits of Arsenal versus Man City, maybe even the whole game. So yeah, Arsenal started strong. A goal in the first, it was like after a minute. Of course, Odegaard scored on a shot deflected by Gvardiol, I think. And terrible from Man City. They say Akanji was in the wrong there, but I think it was Stones who played a very dangerous ball. Of course, Akanji lost it, and Havertz played it to Odegaard, and then they scored.
I feel like it also has to be said that it's not mainly his fault, but also Ortega did not have one of his best performances.
Yeah,
could have done a little better on some situations, but he's not used to playing week in and week out, so that can happen.
I don't know why Pep keep changing them, because Ederson had a great game against Chelsea, but I think Ederson this season hasn't been very good with his feet. I think he tried Ortega, but yeah, didn't work.
Well, we have to remember that the biggest quality in Ederson is how well he plays the ball for his teammates, because that is what they are looking in modern football for. And I feel like Pep just made a simple evaluation, and that was, Ederson is usually not good 2 games in a row, so yeah, he'll have to sit this one out.
But I think he didn't want to play the ball long.
We also have to remember that in next week there's going to be a big game for City, so maybe that was part of the decision.
Who are they playing against?
Then they pick Bayern or Real,
Real.
Yeah.
Real Madrid, of course, yeah.
Yeah, so that is going to be 2 big games in 1 week, and I think Pep simply chose that maybe it was time to let go of the Prem because they're not doing that well, and concentrate on achieving something in the Champions League, because they can still do that.
Yeah, and I got a fun fact as well. So
let me hear it.
Yeah, this result marked one of City's worst defensive displays under Pep Guardiola. So they have conceded 4 or more goals in a match for the fourth time this season, which is the highest in his career.
Well, I feel these are some. This season, he's also had some of the biggest defeat in all his coaching career because I can't remember of a Barca side, a Bayern side, or that
Yeah.
would concede a lot of goals. So obviously, we have to keep in mind that he coached huge teams with massive amount of great players, but still, it takes a lot to score that much on a really strong team, and Pep usually has been solid throughout the years, and this year,
You can see that they're missing that the play, the man in front of the defense, Rodri, of course. In fact, they conceded 4 or more goals in 4 matches this season, but they actually conceded more goals in the Premier League. 1 goal more than Man United in the Premier League, 35 against 34. So that's great, and they're fifth in the league.
we also have to remember that numbers like that can be subjective because, yeah, if you concede one game, it's a terrible example, but if one game you concede 10 goals, it doesn't make you the worst defense in the Prem, but still, you had a very terrible performance, and that does not help the goals they got scored on you because they increased by a lot, but it does not mean that your defense is that bad. Like we're talking about, as you said, we're talking about a team that had 4 games in which they got 4 or more goals scored against them. So yeah, they have 34 goals scored on them, but
35.
yeah, 35, but 17 came in 4 matches. So the rest of the season, they've been kind of decent. Not huge numbers that we usually expect from City, but not the worst numbers in history.
Yeah, I think Pep got it wrong from the start, playing 6 offensive players: Haaland, Marmoush, Foden, Savinho, Bernardo,
in the midfield, that's a huge risk.
playing against, I think, the best team without the ball in Europe. The best pressing team in Europe, which is Arsenal. I think they're really good
They're
without
good
the
at
ball.
they're good at defending, and they're good at in their positioning because Arteta, people can talk bad about them how much they want, but he's a really strong coach and has he has really great ideas. So his teams usually, at least Arsenal, has been performing throughout the seasons. Maybe they don't play as well as they should be, but still they have a solid game all around.
Yeah, and they are really good without the ball. They press a lot. I think they're missing that key piece, which is the striker. We saw Havertz missed a goal when they were leading 1-0, and that would have been deadly if they went on to draw the game or even lose the game. So Arteta needs that striker, and I think they can. They're already challenging for the league, but they can win in Europe, and we saw it against Inter Milan. They went on just to crosses on crosses, but they didn't have the striker.
Well, sometimes like Arteta could improvise the game with playing with a false 9, like Klopp used to do in the first years with Firmino, and obviously 2 completely different players, but he could play off that style of play, and having Havertz lower and trying to help his wingers get in more easily because the wingers at Arsenal are great. But the thing is, I feel that Havertz feels the pressure too much. Like, he scored in that game, but he scored when it didn't even matter anymore. It was the 4th goal. City.
He missed that the goal when they were.
Yeah, but that's what I'm saying. I'm saying that he feels the pressure too much. Like, he scored when the match was almost dead at that point because Arsenal were in control of the situation. And okay, it's good to score, but if your team doesn't really need it, it doesn't help that much.
Also talking about a guy who scored in a Champions League final against City.
I feel that was the only highlight of that season he had.
Yeah. Well, they didn't
very few highlights that season.
Werner were really good cans, of course, and
Wagner was not that good.
well, he played well against Real Madrid. I think he scored one goal
Yeah, he
and took
scored
them
one
to
goal, but
the
still,
final.
the only player that was the key piece in that Champions League is and will always be, obviously, N'Golo Kante.
Of course. And I think we should we talked about of course Havertz, but we should praise Odegaard finally playing well. He didn't do like it wasn't a good game. It was a good game. He pressed really well during the game. Of course, he forced the mistake by John Stones and then scored. Even Rice and Party, a relentless performance by them. He's 100. He's worth that money. Rice. After what I saw the other day, he's worth that money.
No,
He's really good. He's not a 6. He's not an 8. He's a mix of them. He's good at both, but not really good. But he's a player that you needed money in that midfield. I think McAllister is similar to him. Valverde even.
I
You
remember.
need that
I remember that
type of player.
that European Championship in which England got to the final was 2021, in which England got to the final and they almost won it. And he played okay. The player I'm gonna say played very well in that final and throughout all the tournament. But still, the worst player they had probably was Calvin Phillips.
Yeah.
And England now has that piece to complete the puzzle. They have a huge amount of talent. They have great players in almost all the positions. Maybe they need some better center backs, but still, there are some good ones in the Prem, like Gay, who this season has not been great so far, but still, he's not bad. Konsa is solid. But yeah, if they manage to get another good center back to pair with John Stones or Harry Maguire, England are gonna be a team to fear for the ages for the next years because the team is stacked completely.
Yeah, and this was an important game because Arteta, I think, never
Still hasn't lost.
never won against Pep, his master.
Yeah, but
It's
you
the
know
first time he won.
you know what
he
I
won
saw in
against Pep.
17 games he's been coaching in the Prem. Arteta has managed to never lose a big match. He drew 7 and he won 11 in the 3 years he's been at Arsenal, and that's a massive thing.
I think he lost a few. No, I did.
I don't
lose
know.
a
I
few.
was looking at the stats, and then maybe it's probably fake. At this point, maybe it's fake stats. But I was looking at the stats, and in over, it's 18 games he played against big clubs in the Prem, and he hasn't lost one.
Maybe the last 3 seasons, but before he lost against them, even Man United. And yeah, it was a great game. It was an important game. I did like what I saw. People criticized Gabriel, Luis Cali, for what they did, but the shithouser, of course. I'm talking about the shithouser, but
I think it
You
was
need-
it
you
was
need it.
payback for the be humble.
yeah, but you need it in the game. You need a bit of shithouser. Maybe not at that level, but Haaland did throw the ball against. He threw the ball against Gabriel when City scored the equalizer at the Etihad in the first half of the season. After the game, of course, he said to Mikel Arteta to be humble, be humble. And then he said, "Who the fuck are you to minus Luis Cali?" Who then went on to score a goal and celebrated
The second one.
the third one. Party scored the second one
yeah,
and went on to celebrate like Haaland does. So I do love a bit of shithousery. It does add up to the rivalry between Arsenal and City. Reminds me a bit of maybe Arsenal and United. You need
Dude,
that.
the clearest example of people that have been acting like this is that it's the left back from AC Milan and the right wing back from Inter. They shit on each other all the time when they meet. And look,
That's throughout history has been always a a hot derby, like maybe Roma and
Yeah, but
Lazio. They don't like each other.
yeah, but there was years in which like the amount of respect or the cleanness of the games, it was there on level. But the last couple of years, it has turned out in a massacre a lot of times.
Yeah, man. You
Dude,
need it
when
in the game.
yeah, but
Even Barca.
you remember when they were both terrible teams,
Yeah,
and there
the
was
bouncer era. Yeah,
yeah, but nobody cared too much. Like they cared about those games, but they wouldn't act upon it. Instead, now it's oof. And the thing is, yeah, shithousery makes the game a lot more fun to watch and makes it enjoyable. It gives more life to it, but at the same time, it risks ruining the game because if you have people that get sent off or people that start brawling or stuff like that, for me, it takes off a little bit of the quality of the game.
it didn't take quality of the game off, and we saw shithouser throughout history. Yeah, but even the El Clasico when Barca won 5-0 at the Bernabeu 5-1, and Piqué was holding up the five
And
to
he
the
scored the
stand.
fifth one.
Yeah, you need that in the game. We had I'm a Liverpool fan. I love that period, City against Liverpool, but you didn't have shithousery in those matches. Actually, Klopp and Pep liked each other.
Yeah, but the thing is, because Arteta and Pep are almost the same person.
Yeah, but the players as well. And I know Arteta showed them the be humble in the dressing room. I don't know if it was the series
Oh, yeah.
Inside Arsenal, yeah,
Yeah.
where he was showing Ivan Tony's tweet and all the things. You need that for the game. If you want, you even have shithousing like in the NBA.
Yeah, so Mikel Arteta has been playing a Ted Lasso moment.
Yeah, but you need it if you are even for the product itself, the Premier League. If you start adding shithousery,
Yeah,
if
but
you
you
have
risk.
drama in it,
Yeah, but
sell more.
you risk ruining the image. Like after that, what does it come out to? That you're the bad guy, and usually people don't relate to bad guys in the stories.
Mourinho,
Mourinho is not a loved coach,
I do love him.
and I'm sorry, but Mourinho nobody likes him anymore.
But
Especially
you did
because
like him when he was at Chelsea at Real.
yeah, obviously, but after the quality of the game deteriorated for him, and nobody liked him anymore
Yeah, but
because
the
he only
character itself.
yeah
You had the
okay,
rivalry between
but
Sir Alex and Wenger.
yeah, but all
They
these
didn't like
people.
each other.
Okay, so Mourinho in his prime or Wenger or Ferguson, if they shit talked, they could back it up. But like Mourinho now, when he still runs his mouth,
Yeah,
nothing
but
backs up what
I'm not
he did.
talking about now. I'm
But
talking about before.
yeah, but I'm telling you, Mourinho now nobody likes him anymore.
Didn't like each other. Wenger, Sir Alex, and Mourinho when he came, they didn't like each other. I saw a video from the stands of the Arsenal and City game. Zinchenko was warming up with the City players. He was talking while the game was going on. You want to see that?
No,
That-
obviously
I
not.
know he played with them,
But have you
was
seen
talking
like
with
what
De
was
Bruyne.
it? Rangers before the game who went and saw Dumfries and bumped him on the shoulder. Obviously, he was kidding around because
Yeah,
they're
but
ex teammates and they're playing the
before
Dutch national team
before
together.
the game, not during the game.
That was at halftime, I think.
Okay, but
Still,
wasn't-
I think that's fun to see because you see two players that they know each other and on the field they put that aside. But when they get out of the field, they're friends like they were before.
yeah, of course.
Plus, I don't know if you've seen what happened in the Turkish league.
No.
The Mourinho, Icardi.
No, what?
They started flaming each other because Mourinho was complaining that Galatasaray robbed another team because they weren't awarded a penalty against them.
Yeah.
Because defender from Galatasaray jumped with his hand out high like this, and the ball caught him on his hand. The referee didn't give a penalty, and so Mourinho was complaining about it. And Icardi put on his Instagram feed, he put a picture of a Photoshop book of Mourinho with the title "The Crying One." Yeah,
That's crazy. They
yeah,
don't have VAR in VAR in.
yeah. They do have it.
Ah,
They didn't look at it.
I talked about the fact that it was corrupt, but yeah.
Yeah, they have it. They have it.
By the way, another fun fact, another stat. This was only the fourth time in the Premier League history that two players aged 18 or younger or below scored for the same team in a single match. The previous instance was in 2007 with the two Everton's youngsters. Of course, Waneri came on and scored as well.
Yeah, it's been the second game in the row he's done it. Right?
Yeah, he scored like 7 goals this season, 7 or 8.
Yeah, but it was even like last game or 2 games ago that he scored also in
started
the...
him because Martinelli didn't do anything, and you know, good Saka. Finally, a Saka replacement, and I know he can play even in the other role, but I see him on that right wing. I do like him on that right wing. Of course, they didn't even press him when he shot, and Ortega didn't even try to save it. But
it was a
goal is
a
a
goal. It was
goal.
a good strike.
A goal is a goal.
Anyway, it was a good strike. But I think what Arsenal so far have suffered the most is the fact that obviously they've had injuries throughout the whole season that have condemned their defense.
Every team has injuries.
Yeah, but they haven't had left backs or right backs that have been fit throughout the whole season. Calafiori has been
stepped up. They had Kivio, Zinchenko.
Yeah,
in the left, in the left back, they're stacked up.
Yeah, but Kiricocho and Zinchenko are not good replacements are not replacements on the same level of Calafiori, and I'm not gonna even argue with that.
And Busquets is better than Calafiori right now.
Yeah, probably, but still, yeah. But Luis Kelly just showed up a couple months ago, and before he wasn't even starting. But the thing is, I feel that the biggest injuries that have brought down Arsenal and the way, like the quality of their plays, and also mentally, have been Saka and Odegaard. Because Odegaard took a long time to get back on form. Now he's back to his usual self, but it took him a really long time to get adjusted back to playing like a normal player. And the Saka absence for Arsenal, I think that has been massive. Because even when Odegaard was injured...
Well, they didn't lose a game.
No, but even when Odegaard was injured and Saka was still playing, Arsenal was still playing a good style of football. After Saka got injured, they kind of lost that magic touch that they usually have.
We're going to see, because he's out for at least 2 more months. So we're going to see the impact on that team. But right as of now, they won against the rivals, the biggest rivals, the team.
The ones against who they bottled the 2 past league.
Exactly. And yeah, I think that mentally will help Arsenal, but maybe at the when they have like a difficult match, maybe gonna drop off a bit. Not having Saka, they can have like a run of a few games where they draw, they lose, and maybe I know Liverpool have 6 points clear, but with a game in hand against Everton, which I think that they will play next week.
No, well, they have the bye week because they're not going to play in the Champions League. So, yeah, they're probably going to fit the match in there.
We'll see. We'll see if Waneri can step up, Martinelli can step up.
Well, I just hope that Waneri is not going to be a second coming of Nketiah. Because I really like...
It's different. You can
but you understand what I'm talking about. Nketiah was exciting. He was decent to watch. Every time he subbed on, he would bring good results in that first season, and then he dropped off massively. So I'm really hoping that does not happen to him.
His technique was... Waneri's technique is clear.
Yeah, but strikers, a lot of strikers, good strikers, don't need that much of a technique. They need other qualities.
Yeah.
Exactly, like Holland doesn't have a massive amount of technique, but still, he's a quality player because he has positioning, a good physique, he runs, he knows how to shoot, so...
talking about City and Holland, I think Pep should start to play on the strongest points of his players. You've got Marmoush, who can run behind. You've got Holland, who can run behind. We saw it in the Bundesliga for both of them, with Dortmund and Eintracht, of course. And we saw it last week against Chelsea when Ederson played that long ball. You don't have the players. You don't have the players to play.
Me and you are gonna fight about this. We're gonna fight so bad about this. I love Omar Marmoush. I think he plays beautifully, but as of now, he still needs a little time to adapt to the way Pep plays. Because you have to remember that at Eintracht, everybody played for him and only for him. Instead, now he is in a team with really good teammates that hog the ball as much as he does, and so he can't get all the balls. And but his scoring output is gonna drop so much, and not because he lacks the skill, but because there's monsters in front of him.
Yeah, but I'm not talking. He doesn't need to score. I'm talking about the fact that Pep keeps playing the same system. It's just that he played 6 strikers, 6 offensive players last week. Against Arsenal. I think that was wrong, of course. You needed another man in that midfield, maybe even Rico Lewis, who can play the ball instead of Bernardo Silva. Kovacic didn't play the ball that much, didn't pass it to Holland, to Marmoush, and the only time that they played the ball to the strikers, they went on to score. But you have the players like Mateus Nunes, who receives the balls, looks forward, and then pass it back. You have Stones, who does the same thing. Kovacic.
Yeah, but you have to remember
went a few times, run back. Did a few runs, but he didn't serve him the ball. They didn't play it forward. Holland did the same thing. The only time that they did it, they scored with Savinho. Then they tried they tried again to play a forward ball, for then passed it to Partey, and of course they scored. But yeah,
but you have to remember that Pep mixes tiki-taka with the best offenses, the best defense together, and it usually works. It's a great style of play. Yeah. But the thing is, when you don't have that quality in the midfield, you can't play a certain type of football. And
it's easy playing tiki-taka with Busquets, Xavi, Iniesta, Rodri, prime De Bruyne, prime Gundogan. It's easy. Try.
Well, he also had what was it? Kimmich, Goretzka, and Schweinsteiger.
Yeah.
He had I don't know if he had Kraus at a certain point.
No, he was already at Madrid.
But still, he had, throughout his whole career, he has had great midfielders, and that is what usually sets apart winning teams from other teams, like great teams from normal teams, is the midfield. That is always what makes that difference. And yeah, Kovacic is a great player, but he's not, like, he doesn't play anymore like when he was younger. He runs a lot less. He struggles sometimes with the ball.
Yeah.
And those are qualities that he had for a very long period of his career. As of now, he's lacking a little bit. He's still a really solid player. But you can see the fact that De Bruyne is on and off with injuries. Rodri has been completely absent throughout the whole season, apart from the first, 5 or 6 games. And Bernardo Silva, he's not
got injured against Arsenal.
Yeah, after the Inter-City Champions League match, I think it was.
It was against Arsenal when the 2-1 at the Etihad. Yeah. Yeah, and another fun fact, Arteta has now become only the 3rd manager to go 5 games unbeaten in all competitions against Pep Guardiola. Can you guess the other 2? Well, that's true.
One is the special one.
Nope.
No?
Never.
So one is Ancelotti.
Nope.
What?
Oh, they didn't play much against each other.
Wait, how
in
many
the
coaches
Serie
did you
Roundup.
say there are? Two or one?
Other two. Arteta has become only the third manager to go 5 matches, 5 games unbeaten in all competitions against Pep. Big names as well.
Klopp.
Yeah, that's one. The other one is also a big name.
Still in the Prem or in La Liga?
He's not. He doesn't have a team right now, but he has a team right now. He doesn't manage in the Premier League or any.
Aha! We're talking about an Argentinian coach?
Nope.
Oh,
He,
German one?
Yeah, he's German. He has a team, but he doesn't have a team.
I guess we're talking about Thomas Tuchel.
Exactly. That's crazy with Chelsea, of course.
Yeah.
5 games unbeaten.
Well,
Only
for
the
maybe
third man.
Mauricio Pochettino could have done that at some point, but I can also see why not. So
Yeah.
I was thinking about a Mauricio Pochettino in the first years when Klopp had just arrived at City.
Klopp at City.
Yeah, sorry. I'm at Pep at City. I'm sorry.
Yeah, City were. The first season was when Leicester won the league.
Yeah, I think
Yeah.
so. Yeah, so that's why. And Tottenham got second, so I figured maybe at that point they got two. The next season maybe they got another two.
And yeah, let's move on and let's give you a quick Premier League roundup for the other games, the most important games. Of course, Arsenal won against Man City, but
As we haven't said
Yeah.
that enough.
but also we had few drama, plenty of drama. Tottenham finally won, 2-0 win over Brentford. Archie Gray played really well. Man United lost again at home at Old Trafford. Well, it's my home right now. It's everyone's home right now, Old Trafford.
What was it? Da 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 da. Mateta's in the room. There's not a striker better than Jean-Philippe Mateta.
Boom, boom, boom. So he scored 2 as well.
Yeah.
Oliver Glasner, great manager, and of course won the Europa League with Eintracht at the time.
Well, I
Against
think this
Rangers.
season, at least the first part of the season, Crystal have suffered a lot. The fact that Oliza left for bigger things,
Yeah.
and they struggle a lot. But now it seems like Eds and Mateta have finally caught a little bit of rhythm. Let's hope so.
And of course, Chelsea won yesterday for us. Great win over
It would
West
have
Ham.
been strange if they hadn't won because West Ham this year.
And recently Chelsea have been really
Yeah,
bad.
they struggled really bad against City. So
And
Wolverhampton won
won.
with a great Cunha goal to
As
close the
always,
match.
he renewed his contract to 2029, but I wouldn't be surprised if he moved on in the summer.
He should move to another team because he's a great
He
striker.
could be a striker for Arsenal.
He
Playing
could
at
be a
false
striker.
false nine role.
He could
like
honestly
Firmino.
fit in almost all the teams apart from Newcastle and City.
And Liverpool.
Dude could get in front of Darwin Núñez or
Luis Diaz.
Diogo Jota. Yeah, he could manage it.
Mate,
Dude, he could manage it.
that's funny.
I'm sure about it.
Newcastle lost at home. Ahead of the game at home against Arsenal in the Carabao Cup. Of course, they won the first round, but they have to play against Arsenal in the week. I think tomorrow, and they lost against Fulham at home, 2-1.
It's nice to see that Jimenez, apart from his head injury, has finally gotten back and is not afraid anymore to play like a normal and really good striker he has always been throughout his career.
My boy Juric finally won the best manager in He was the best manager in the Serie A.
Where did he go? At Southampton?
No, he won against Ipswich. Yeah, he's
Oh,
at
wow.
Southampton right now.
Well, worse than what Southampton have been doing the whole season. It can't be worse. And yeah, Juric in the Serie A at Roma was a pretty terrible coach. At Torino, solid throughout his whole career. Verona, really good. Roma, wow, terrible debacle.
First win as well for him at Southampton.
Yeah, what is it? The second Southampton victory in the whole season so far?
Yeah, maybe. And Everton, Moyes, another great win. 3 wins in 4 matches for him. LeBron James scores a brace.
Yeah. Was looking at
Beto, of course, we're talking about Beto because he's got the same celebration as LeBron James got the same celebration
I
as
think
him.
they also have the same haircut.
Yeah.
But
What's up,
I was looking at the stat lines on the games that were playing that afternoon because I was looking out for my fantasy football team, and I saw Everton were 3-0 up against Leicester, and I said, "What?" I got in and I saw Beto score, and I said, "Wow, finally!"
Leicester, I'm doing good this season, but
Yeah, but dude, Beto has scored 3 goals the whole season. He's been terrible at best.
better than Calvert Lewin. We saw it in the Serie A. He was really good. Milan even wanted him at one point.
I think Beto was a decent player, but he was overhyped because his physical prowess helped him to boost up what his actual game style is. And in fact, we always talk about it, but really physical strikers in the Prem usually are not that great.
Yeah.
We were talking about Lukaku, who in the Serie A at Inter was a great player, and when he got to Chelsea, I feel like Beto has had the same dip in his career, and if he went back to Serie A, he would be an amazing striker again.
Was Peter Crouch a physical strike?
Yeah, no, but honestly, Isaac, Haaland, Darwin Núñez, they're all very bulky and strong, but they have...
Isaac is just all he's really thin.
Beto also is really tall and almost...
No, Bet is a bit thicker than Isaac.
Well, also, moving on, there's another... There's another great game from Nottingham, who finally managed to climb up that 5-0 loss they got last week.
Yeah.
And yeah, Chris Wood, first hat-trick in Nottingham Forest history since 1987, so that's big ups for him.
And of course, even Elanga, who United sold for 50 million and
a hat-trick of assists, yeah.
They sold him for 50 million to Nottingham and bought Anthony for 87 million pounds.
Yeah, but we all know that Elanga was a player that was going to do great things at some point in his career. We all knew it, but apparently United did not, as a lot of questionable things they have done in the past seasons, they did not know apparently.
And we forgot to mention the best team right now in the Prem.
Yeah, but that's a given. They win week in, week out.
Yeah, winning against Bournemouth away from home.
Bournemouth have been solid through the whole season, so that was a big win.
21 goals in the Premier League.
Yeah, obviously, if he hadn't gotten the penalty, Liverpool were going to lose that game, but whatever.
No, that's not true. The finesse. You cannot defend the finesse. And yeah, that's it for the Premier League. Let's move on and let's talk about Derby della Madonnina. Derby drama. AC Milan versus Inter Milan. We saw that derby together.
Yeah, have to say honestly I can say one of the best derbies we've seen in a while, where both teams were almost at the same level of how they played.
I think at least in the first half. I think the derby in the Supercoppa was better.
Yeah, no, okay, maybe that was
had more drama.
But the season has been like this the whole year. Like the first one, Milan took it home.
The
and they
second one,
deserved it.
Milan took it
The
home.
second one, Milan took it home, but they did not
The
deserve it
third
that
one,
much.
they should have
The
put
third
it
one,
up.
they managed to draw it, but they did not
No,
deserve
we,
that one.
we did deserve the dub
Not the
in the
win. You deserved
Supercoppa.
the draw, and then the
No,
penalties. You didn't deserve the
you
win.
lost the game.
Yeah,
We
obviously,
didn't
but
deserve this game because you got, he's an Inter Milan fan. I'm an AC Milan fan, of course. If you watched the previous episode, you should already know that. But yeah, we did deserve to win the derby in la Supercoppa. You slept.
yeah,
That's
but
your
it was
fault.
okay, yeah, because they slipped up in the last minutes of the game. But still, you know it, and you can agree with me. That was more of a draw than a win. It should have been a draw.
The match finished 3-2.
I'm not
It
gonna
was a
start,
win.
dude. Stupid ass. I'm not gonna start this debate with you again. I'm not talking about what actually happened. I'm talking about
so-
looking at the game, looking at how the game played out. It was a draw. Draw would have been the deserved score line for both the teams on how they played. And you can't not agree with me on this one. I'm agreeing with you that Milan deserved to win the first one they played this season. I'm not gonna agree with
The first
second
one could have been as well.
No, that you see, you don't
No.
remember it.
No.
You have the memory of a goldfish. The
Yeah,
first one, they deserved to win it, and that was fine. I wasn't even too mad about it. The Super Cup Derby, it was a draw. And this one, AC Milan did not deserve to draw it, and they got so lucky.
I agree with you. Even threw a spell against the Inter.
Yeah, this guy. So maybe you don't know, but he's Muslim, and he passed the whole the last 20 minutes of the game praying so that Inter would not score. At the end, Inter did manage to score, but damn it, this guy, what an unlucky charm for Inter he is.
Well, because Inter, of course, did hit the post
3 times, yeah. Two
since
from
we started.
two from Thuram and one from Dumfries.
Yeah.
No, my bad. It was one from Thuram, one from Dumfries, and one from De Vrij, I think.
I think
No, it was
Bissek maybe. Yeah.
You're right. It was Dumfries, Thuram, Bissek. Yeah.
Two of them with the knee.
Yeah. And Dumfries with a header on the side.
Of course, ahead of this big game, we did our combined 11 on TikTok, Instagram, etc., and on YouTube. And I said in that video that Kai Walker could have had an impact in this derby because the Premier League is not the Serie A.
Yeah, but you can also agree that
City are more open.
honestly, the defense and the AC Milan defense performed so well. It was strange to see because usually it does not happen. Usually they're very shaky. They make a lot of mistakes. This game, they were all around solid, even the ones that usually don't perform. And what I wanted to say is that I think that picking Pavard over Kyle Walker or vice versa, I think that was debatable, but not because one played, but
but I'm talking about the fact that Kai Walker, he doesn't have the legs anymore. Even straight in an occasion where Thuram
ran past by him. Yeah.
But playing in a league, he's I think 33, 34. I think he's got at least 2 years in him because you don't have to be that so open in the Serie A.
But at the end of next season, he's gonna be washed. You know it.
We've got the best right back in history on the bench, the one that can sell.
Yeah,
He cannot defend, he cannot attack, and so our fullback.
No, but what I wanted to say is that I think we picked Pavard over Walker. Honestly,
I did pick Walker.
Yeah, but I think it could have been both anyway because they both played a really great game. Pavard didn't make a lot of mistakes. Walker, same thing. They were solid passing forward. They both played good games.
Bissek come on for Pavard.
Yeah, but because
he plays better.
Yeah, but that's not the thing. It's
and
that
even he made the cross for Zaleski.
Yeah, but the thing is, it's not that Bissek played a lot better than Pavard. Is that all the Inter team at one point needed people to come in and shake things up because they were playing. They had fell asleep. All of them had fallen asleep. and the only one that was still doing something was Thuram. And yeah, it was a beautiful game to watch because obviously for me, not that much because I was kind of starting to cry because the ball wouldn't go in for any reason.
You were crying from the first minute.
But dude, I always do that. I always complain. And I wasn't even complaining too much about a lot of things. I was complaining about my players. I didn't even talk about AC Milan players during the game. But yeah, it was a solid game in which one team played as they usually do. Maybe put a little bit more heart than what they usually do because I feel like Inter played with more passion than what they usually do. And AC Milan had a superb defensive game. Like, a lot of people don't appreciate the Italian style of play where you stack a lot of defenders in the back and then you run forward. The counterattack method.
It does work in Europe, so Real Madrid won the Champions League like this.
Obviously, but I'm not going to debate the style of play they chose. I'm just going to say that I feel like the defensive idea that they, like, how they wanted to prevent Inter to score, it worked, and it worked greatly. I'm surprised that certain players played as well as they did because usually they don't, but still, I have to say that it was a really nice game to watch. At least for me. Obviously, there's a massive debate over a penalty not given. And, dude, you can laugh as much as you want, but you know it was there. Because if your team had gotten that, you would have still be complaining about it.
It was soft. Really soft.
Soft or not soft, they give those usually.
If it was in the opposite way, I wouldn't have been mad.
Yeah, you would have.
No.
But fairly so.
And of course, Inter's new signing, the Ukrainian president, got an assist. Zielinski, all the same.
I have to say, I was not expecting that. Honestly, the things that I said during that game about him, I feel are still true. Because he's a player that is really slow. And, what is it? Center, left. Oh,
left wing back.
No, he's more of a. Left mid.
Left wing back.
No, he's not a left. No, he's not a left wing back. He's a left mid. And honestly, if
I'm gonna leave that in, by the way.
I'll leave it in. It doesn't matter. But what I wanted to say is that players that usually play on the sides that are left or right mids usually have to be fast because you expect them to run behind the ball and cross it in the middle. And Zaleski is really slow, but he has really great feet and he knows how to cross the ball. In fact, he had a couple crosses that if it had been because he came in subbing Di Marco out.
He played 15 minutes.
Yeah, but honestly...
And he did more than Di Marco did the whole game.
Did I complain about Di Marco going out? No, because Di Marco has been terrible. Honestly, I'm talking about the TikTok videos and comments at this point, but people give us so much shit for things we say, and a lot of times, those things are on point. Like Di Marco. I said I was not going to pick him over Theo, not because I feel that Theo is better than Di Marco, but I feel because Di Marco has been shit consistently in the last couple of months. I love him as a player. I have him on my fantasy team, but I feel he plays terribly, and not because he doesn't score assists, but because he's not present with his
brain. We took a lot of shit even for Reinders over Barala.
I did not do that.
No, but because...
yeah, oh no, sorry, you're right. Yeah, you're sorry. I did not hear that well. Yeah, I said, honestly, I did not pick Reinders, not because I feel that he's not good, but because I feel that in the last couple months, he's been playing... Yeah, but from everyone...
Reinders over Barala. But I think Reinders played better. I didn't see...
Yeah, no, Barella played a solid game. He did not play as well as I was expecting him to. Zielinski had a terrible game.
We took shit for that.
Yeah, but...
Because Benacer...
Honestly, that was a pick in which we shouldn't have put neither one of them because they played terribly, both of them.
Yeah, he went
because Zielinski...
He went off at at halftime.
Yeah, and
Vanessa.
Janinski came in the second half, and 3 times he touched the ball, 3 times he slipped up, and 2 of them will almost cause the goal for AC Milan.
And they should have scored. That's
The only
sad.
thing, no, the only player I regret not picking, or actually two, because I picked De Vrij, and apart from that goal he scored, which was crucial, and I'm thankful to him for that. But
It was lucky because you had
yeah,
three
the only
players
reason
on the
because
line.
AC Milan scored is because De Vrij, obviously he's old, so I understand it, but he was keeping all the players in game because he was behind them, and thankfully he managed to make that up scoring. But still, it was his fault we got scored on, and I honestly regret picking him because I thought he was going to play a much better game, and in more occasions he fucked up in that way. No, sorry. He messed up in that way. And the other player, obviously, I regret picking is Leao. Because not because Leao, okay, no, Leao did not play a great game, but not because Leao did not play a great game, but because Thuram played a beautiful game. Because he gave out his whole heart for the team, and that was a really solid performance.
I don't know. I don't know. I know football is not about if, buts, and maybes, but Leao should have played a better game. He did
I
well.
I
in the
agree
first
with
time,
you.
but I think Consensar and even some AC Milan players got it wrong in the second half, because if you keep Leao on the field and you play like that, you have to play. Of course, you have to counter attack. And
Yeah,
they
but
didn't do that. They had a few occasions. They didn't.
well, the biggest
Rangers,
occasions, yeah, but the
Malta,
biggest
and
occasions
they
that,
didn't capitalize.
yeah, but the
on
biggest,
that.
yeah, but okay. First of all, AC Milan doesn't. Wait,
But
did
if
not.
You, if you are
wait, wait,
now
wait,
in
wait.
the picture,
Let me finish. No, but let me finish that sentence because I even messed it up. As when the game was played, AC Milan did not have a decent striker. Now they have Santiago Jimenez, who could prove to be a great striker for them, or could flop very bad. Well, no, time will speak. But what I wanted to say is, to play good counter-offensive football, you have to have strong players up front. And Pulisic was not pushing forward that much because he was compensating in the midfield. The two players that should have scored or led the offense in the best possible manner were Leao and Abraham. And we both know that they're terrible on the ball, especially when they're in front of the goal. Because Leao...
Abraham did something else because he was defending as well.
Yeah, but he shouldn't be doing that.
He should have kept Leao till the end of the game because he took him off. He took him off and put Gabia in, and then Inter scored. If you have that threat on the field, an Inter player will not go up. You will have two Inter players on the halfway line and not one.
Yeah, but you have to also remember that Inter love playing like this. They love putting all of their players in the other team's midfield.
Having, I don't know. I think was maybe even was defending. Pulisic went off, and he did put Musa in. No, Musa was playing.
It was
from the start.
Terrazzano.
Chukwueze. Is it scarier to have Chukwueze, who lost Zelensky, I don't know his name. Zelensky on the goal, or is it scarier to have Leao waiting there, even if he's not defending?
Yeah, but the thing is with
For the
Leao,
moment
honestly, I'm gonna tell. My take on this is that yes, I'm obviously afraid when, as an Inter fan, I'm afraid when a counter attack starts and Leao has the ball, or he has space to go to get a ball. But the thing is, the situations in which I'm most afraid is when Leao has a teammate to back him up. And that's why AC Milan scored, because there was Reinders ready to pick up the ball after Sommer tried to save it. But Leao on his own, usually not that scary, because his feet are terrible. And you can agree with me.
Sure about that. You're forgetting like a derby where he dribbled past. I think was Pavard.
Yeah, that was once. No, there wasn't Pavard.
No, back then when he.
There
I
wasn't
think
still Pavard
it was
this
at the
season.
start of this season He won 2-1, I think. And he scored, no, maybe even more.
Last season,
He scored
AC
last
Milan did
season.
not win.
Not last season, the
Pavard
season
came
before.
Pavard came at Inter last season.
Oh,
it was
the season
it was
before.
Skriniar,
He scored the
D'Ambrosio. It
brace,
was
I
Skriniar,
think.
D'Ambrosio, and Bastoni.
Ah, he's got
No, De
great
Vrij.
feet.
No, he does not. Shooting wise.
Yeah, but you said fit.
Yeah, but who was on goal in that derby? It was Andanovic, who was on his last straws and couldn't manage a save. And dude, you can go.
He's got great feet, but he doesn't. I always say.
Yeah, but I'm
he
talking
can
shooting wise.
shoot. Yeah,
I'm
well,
talking shooting wise.
Yeah,
What
yeah,
is
yeah,
he gonna
understand
do
that.
if he dribbles past everyone and then he does his terrible shots that he usually
The
does?
Panenka.
He can't do that. Come on, you know that as much.
Against Como.
Yeah, out of sheer luck. Come on. No, look, Leao. I think he's a really good player, not consistent, but really good player who has a huge amount of talent. Who is a massive prospect, even if he's 26 as of now, or gonna be 26.
Yeah.
He's 98, but
Well, he's 26.
still he has. Yeah, maybe. Oh yeah, yours.
Yeah, he's
Sorry, you're
26.
right. Maybe he still has a lot of years in front of him, but at this point, I feel that he still has to fix too many fundamentals.
99, 25.
No, okay, sorry.
He's gonna be 26.
But he still has to fix too many things in his game style. And that shooting technique that he has is one of the worst I've ever seen. It's like every time he has the ball and he's going to shoot from outside the box, I never worry because it usually goes in the stands. It doesn't even make it on target. It goes directly in the stands.
Yeah, I always said it. I shoot. I can shoot better than him.
Yeah, but the thing is that if he passed the ball all the times, even in that, okay.
But even that shot was.
Yeah, but
was
that's
not good.
luck. But that's luck.
But if he can do that,
But he knows how to pass the ball back. If he had passed it, he could have gotten a pass to Reinders.
Yeah, but he can shoot as well. If he shoots, it has to be on target. If you shoot it on target and then the keeper cannot block it, that's a goal. Always a goal. And we saw it. And then Reinders, wow, what a finish!
Yeah.
What a finish in the right corner.
Well, I
Not
said
good
it.
player.
He's the best player that AC Milan have. So
But you didn't pick him.
I did not pick him because he has not been playing well in the last games, and you cannot not agree with me. It doesn't mean that if he scores, he played a beautiful game.
He's better than Barella.
Not always. Did you see what Barella did against Monaco? He was out of his mind. He was doing everything a midfielder should be doing. Dude,
Yeah.
honestly, we can debate this as much as you want, but Barella in the last period has been a really strong midfielder. Probably the best that Inter has as of now, because Çalhanoğlu just came back and he was against Milan. Mkhitaryan, he's solid, yes, but he does too many mistakes compared to the great things that he does. Instead, Barella doesn't do a lot of mistakes, plays the ball very well and effectively, is tenacious. He's like a small dog. He's gonna run behind you all the time, and he's gonna catch
Yeah,
up.
but you do need a hairline in that midfield, to be honest. Here we have Musa, Fofana. Fofana is good, Reinders.
Yeah, but I took
better
Musa.
to-
I took Musa.
Yeah, but it's better to have a good hairline.
Yeah, whatever.
That's real. Maybe only Zidane was good.
Bald midfielder's not good. Iniesta, what are you talking about? I feel like Frank
Yeah, but
Lampard started to have a bold
Xavi
spot.
Had a good hairline. You need a player with
I feel like Frank Lampard started to having a bald spot in the middle of his head at a certain point.
But you need a midfielder with a good hairline. Makelele was bald, but he had a hairline.
Çalhanoğlu has decent hair.
Nah, decent, not good. Xavi has a great hairline. Reinders has a great hairline.
Busquets had a great hairline.
No, Busquets. You need a good midfielder.
Why are we
with that.
debating something this stupid?
No,
Come
no,
on,
that's true.
Let's move on,
That's
please.
true.
This is the dumbest debate we're having.
McAllister has a good hairline. Gravenberg not so good. Soboslai, great hairline.
Yeah, also Salah has a
De
great
Bruyne.
hairline, right?
No, I'm talking about Michel. Not.
Yeah, but
you
even-
cannot have a Barella if he goes to Turkey. It's not the same thing. They not have best player.
Dude, this is the worst debate we've ever had. Come on, let's move it
Okay,
forward.
let's move on and let's have a quick Serie A roundup. You're the Serie A expert. We saw Atalanta play.
I don't know.
played against
Honestly, I have to-
Torino.
Yeah, honestly, I have to say,
they
did
drew.
not watch many of the games this week because I had a lot of stuff to do and I wanted to be ready mentally and physically for the game against Milan. So
So Atalanta drew against
Atalanta
Torino.
drew. There were a lot of controversies about penalties given, not given, goals allowed, disallowed. So
Yeah.
that was an iffy game, but Torino played a solid match.
Ruteghi
Strangely.
missed a penalty. Well, Milinkovic saved
Yeah,
a
the
penalty.
third penalty in the season that he saves, and you know how many penalties they shot on him this season?
3.
Exactly. Saved them all. He's
That's like 100%.
yeah, so far, yeah. But he's a great keeper with probably the most amazing feet a keeper can have. Maybe only Rodrigo Tani had better feet than him, but
Yeah, should start on OnlyFans. And of course, Bologna won again. Italiano, what a great manager. Not a great hairline, but a great manager.
what a great manager.
Yeah, he's great. He's great. And they won 2-0 against Como. Fiorentina, of course, won. They should have got the game
Against
against
Moise.
Genoa.
Moise had the most beautiful goal of the week,
Yeah.
probably. That was a karate kick.
Yeah.
That was
That's
amazing.
true, but
I don't know.
they didn't deserve.
Yeah, but did you see
deserve
the
win.
assist also? It was a
No
no-look
way.
cross that was
No.
beautiful.
Mondrago?
Yeah.
And
From,
of
set
course, Juventus won at home.
Why are we saying
They
of
had
course?
more-
It's not a
No,
usual. It's
it's
not
not.
something
They were
usual.
losing 1-0. And then
Colomani. Yeah.
What a player! The first goal, amazing.
Oh, we have
Number
to we have to
nine
give credit to where the second goal was where pulled it out and Colomani.
The first
Managed
goal what
to
was a
bang.
goal by him. Perseverance. Of
Well,
course.
like also the goal he got against Napoli, that was beautiful goal.
And then of course
Napoli
it's
lost points finally.
Yeah.
They drew against an excellent Roma side in which Conte was not happy
Well,
about the
they
result.
weren't good until Paredes came on. Maybe the second half Napoli didn't play well. So
But
Paredes
that's how
came on and
Napoli
changed the
usually
game.
plays a lot of games.
Yeah.
Like they drop in the second part of the game.
Parma won over Lecce, great for the relegation battle. Udinese won 3-2.
Yeah, but
The battle of the keepers.
yeah, but we have to say that.
Battle of keeper.
We honestly have to talk about the fact that Venice played a solid match. They probably deserved the draw, but unfortunately for Venice, their best player as of now is their keeper, and he broke his knee, unfortunately. And he is Dejan Stankovic's son, great keeper. And when he got injured, his sub came on and they conceded a lot of goals.
Stankovic, what's his name?
Dejan.
No, the
Flip.
Huh?
Flip.
Flip Stankovic.
Or
Flip.
Philip
Philip.
it is, yeah. I'm
I think he
thinking
saw.
Kostic.
He saw when his dad scored a goal against Neuer at San Siro, Schalke.
Yeah, the
Inter
header
Schalke.
from Neuer and the strike from the
Yeah, I
midfield.
think he saw that and he said, "Nana, Dad, I can save that," and he became a goalkeeper.
Monza lost as usual.
Again.
But yeah, they lost again, but this week they were a little better on defense. That Palacios that they brought on.
They keep losing and they lost Pablo Mari, they lost Daniel Maldini, they lost yesterday. I don't know even his name.
Bondo, the
Bondo,
one that went to
yeah.
AC Milan. They lost Djuric, their
Djuric,
striker, who
yeah.
went to Parma.
But I think no, even the relegation battle is very close. I think this is the first time we saw close
I know.
Champions League battle.
There's
close
teams that
title
have not,
battle.
there's
Close.
teams that have not been performing that well in Serie A this season.
Yeah, but it's close. The gap is close. Okay, let's move on and let's have a quick La Liga roundup. Real Madrid, of course, lost against Espanyol 1-0 away from home.
I was watching.
But
I
I
always
did watch.
Wait, no, but I always watch videos, and there was one that was talking about the new coach at Espanyol and his method of play.
Yeah.
And honestly, yeah, I don't rate how they play because they try to not make other teams play. But apparently, it's really effective against teams that tend to keep the ball a lot.
Yeah.
But they're masters at losing time, wasting balls, making people run behind balls that they actually don't need to run for. And yeah, Espanyol this season have been good because they have this new coach that has a strange philosophy but an effective one.
Yeah. And I think the loss was a hard one for Real Madrid, but I think they got hit harder by the fact that Rudiger got subbed off for an injury in the 15 minutes for Raul Ascension. He's gonna miss the derby next week against Atletico, and he's gonna miss the first
Leg
leg of
Champions League
of the
playoffs.
playoff against Man City. So yeah, the best defender, the only one who can Mark Holland is out, and they don't have the only two defenders that they have who play as defender are
Alaba.
Asensio. Yeah,
Alaba's
I
not
think
injured.
No, he's not injured again.
No.
And Jesus Vallejo. What a throwback.
FIFA careers years and years ago.
And of
Yeah,
course,
I think-
Atletico closed the gap.
I think the thing with Real is that usually they are defenseless. I don't mean like they don't know how to defend, but they usually have a lot of injuries in that defense
Yeah.
because Alaba and Militao are prone to many and serious injuries. So they're used to having to play with Rudiger and to pair someone up with him. Usually it was Nacho Fernandez in the past seasons,
Yeah.
but now that he's left, they have to pull new talent from the academy.
They didn't even replace him.
Yeah, but the thing is that when they lose Rudiger, they lose the rock to which they were holding on, and he's been like their constant for the couple past seasons, and now that they don't have him, that could prove really hard to overcome.
Yeah. And of course, Atletico closed the gap, winning 2-0 at home against Mallorca. What a game! What a goal by Griezmann and Lean, of course. I think it's cause it was a good goal. They closed the gap. They only 1 point behind Real Madrid, and they play el derby madrileño della capital next week. And Barcelona closed the gap. Lamine Yamal had a great game, but
Obviously, we're
Lewandowski.
gonna say that.
No, he's too good. He's not Messi, of course.
Well, he's
Reminds
also
me of-
younger than what Messi was.
Yeah, but it's not the same player. He reminds me of like
Ansu
Robben,
Fati, no.
like Robben, with some of Neymar's not skills but
Flair.
dribbling. Yeah, flair. No, he's gonna be a problem in the future.
He
Mm.
could be a serious problem in the
Yeah.
future, yeah. Hopefully he stays fit and he stays mentally there because there have been many great players in that age period, at 16 or 17, that lost their way but could have been great players.
Yeah, I think we should start watching more of La Liga because even Athletic Club really watch. Let's be honest, Real Madrid, Atletico, and Barcelona, but even Athletic was in a title race, but they dropped points against Real Betis away from home. They drew 2-2, and yeah, Isco scored as well. Okay, let's move on. We've got the blackboard right now. Well, the whiteboard. It's a whiteboard.
Yeah, it's a whiteboard.
Because we're gonna give our ratings for the transfer markets of the transfer window that some clubs had in January. Of course, the window closed yesterday, so yeah, we're gonna give our ratings and our thoughts on a few clubs. Let's start with Arsenal.
Okay.
Wow,
Not even gonna think about it.
from 1 to 10, right? I think that's a bit high. I gave them a 3. And now
Yeah,
Zero
zero minus
minus.
minus.
So plus.
Oh no, that
Zero
does
plus.
not. That works with multiplications, not additions. Look,
We didn't
honestly,
sell anyone.
yeah,
We
but
didn't buy anyone. It's a good team, but we know the weakness in
look,
that team.
the main thing
Use
is,
the weakness.
yeah, the main thing
Why?
with.
Why?
Come on, let's not do this again. The main thing with
It looks like Kai Havertz.
with big prem teams is that they don't have to sell because they have the money. They don't need to sell usually.
Yeah.
The issue with Arsenal is that they only needed a striker because now that Gabriel Jesus is out and he was already shaky.
They lost one heavy. They lost in the summer as well. Fabio Silva, the only replacement for Odegaard.
Yeah, but the thing is, they try to bring on people that could at least play in the midfield. I'm not gonna complain about the midfield situation. The thing is, they don't have an actual striker, and you can see it.
Yeah.
And that is the biggest thing.
And that could take him from not winning anything under Arteta to win.
And I still don't understand why their best
Champions
pick
League.
they could think of as a replacement for Gabriel Jesus was Ollie Watkins.
That was a good. He's good, and he's an Arsenal fan, of course. And
Yeah, but can we talk about the Aston Villa transfer? Because please,
they need a striker in the summer. They need to address that. Maybe they will go and get Benjamin Sheshko.
well, there's also David from Monaco who's gonna be Lille. Sorry, excuse me. That is gonna be without.
I think he'll go to Barcelona.
Probably, but what money does Barcelona have to spend on players?
Yeah. Let's move on and let's talk quickly. Well, quickly. Let's rate the Aston Villa transfer window. Of course, they brought in Daniel Milan from Borussia Dortmund for 20 million. Marcus Rashford, Andres Garcia from Valencia. Marcus Rashford on loan. Marco Asensio on loan. And Axel Disasi from Chelsea on loan. And they sold John Duran for £64 million. Lewis Dobby to Norwich on loan.
Oh, they also called back. They called back Ealing Jr.
Yeah, and they loaned him back as well. They sold Philogene for 20 million to Ipswich. Diego Carlos went to Fenerbahce for 10 million.
Yeah.
Buendia went on loan to Bayer Leverkusen.
Yeah, but with that Leverkusen has to buy him, I think, next season for 25 mil at the end of the season or something like that. It's
they had a few moves in and out. I'm gonna give them yeah. Three, 2, 1. 8.57. It's not an 8.5. It's more like it's not even an 8.6. Great window. They needed that in attack, of course. They usually played with McGinn, Rogers, Bailey.
Look, I'm really happy with Malin coming in because I feel like he's a really solid player. Bought him in a lot of FIFA careers, saw him play. Think he's a spectacular player. Also for the Netherlands, great winger. Rashford, he's a quality sub that they need.
Or for Ollie Watkins as well, because of course they lost Duran.
Yeah, they brought in a good defender, which Disasi can be if he stays fit and gets in the right environment. The biggest problem I have with their transfer market is how they handled the Watkins-Duran situation. Honestly, Duran's main problem with Aston Villa was that he wasn't playing enough. Arsenal offered more than £60 million for Watkins.
Yeah.
And you sold a player that is, 6 or 7 years younger?
He's 21 and Watkins is 29.
Yeah, exactly.
28, 29.
And you sold him for only 15 million more. Like, keep the youngster because he's a star and he's going to be one. Sell the old one for a buttload of money. And then you have the striker for the future. Okay, you're going to help Arsenal, and which isn't that good, but still, money is money, and you can buy other players.
I guess he's run at like a Real Madrid or PSG in like
Yeah,
a few seasons.
I find it questionable, and I'm not happy about the fact that Duran went to play for Al Nassr. He's going to end up wasting the best years of his career in a league that nobody really cares about.
Yeah. Let's move on and let's talk quickly about Chelsea. They had a few in. They bought a few players all loan. Anselmino from Boca. They recalled him from loan.
Well, they gave away Dizazi.
Yeah. Chaloba, they recalled him from loan. Fofana was recalled from loan, but was loan backed.
Yeah, because they had to fix the situation with their players.
Joe Felix went on loan to AC Milan. Renato Vega
alone. That's the reason why Fofana got called back.
Yeah. And Casadei was sold to Torino for £12 million. Chukwemeka went to Dortmund on loan. Ben Chilwell to Crystal Palace on loan. And Axel Disasi, of course, to Aston Villa on loan. A bit strange, but they have like 50 players, so most of them I'm gonna give them.
I wrote this terribly, but
I'm gonna give them a 5. They didn't need.
I'm gonna give them a free.
Maybe a striker, but they kept Nkunku.
Maybe a backup midfielder in case Caicedo gets injured, or Enzo Fernandez has been injured and they don't have a solid option. But they're not solid options. Plus the thing with
they needed maybe it's a 4 because they need a goalkeeper. A goalkeeper
also. Yeah, but the thing is with Chelsea, they have so many players and they're just loaning them out, taking them back in and sending them out.
No,
they didn't move a lot.
Well, it's a good strategy because for the FFP for the financial fair play, Liverpool didn't buy anyone. They loaned Rhys Williams, Pisagula, the goalkeeper.
Let's just skip Liverpool.
Yeah, buy Cetic, great talent, Gordon. Jayden Dance went to Sunderland.
Yeah, but it's not that interesting. Let's skip Liverpool.
It's a 6.
Yeah, but exactly. We don't even have to debate about it because they didn't need anyone. No, maybe they need a left back also.
Yeah.
Somebody instead of Robertson.
Yeah, Tsimikas or
not Tsimikas.
I think they'll buy Milos Kerkez.
Yeah, they'll find some solutions. Especially because Szoboszlai already called them.
Yeah, they needed a backup for Graben this time.
Let's go for City.
Yeah, the big one. City. So they bought. So they paid 12 million for Echeverri.
Well,
I think it was they agreed it in January of last year, but they bought it now. And he's still in Argentina. He'll come in the summer.
Well, they got Omar Mermouche,
Kushanov,
Nico Gonzalez.
Nico Gonzalez from Porto, to the Rowdy substitute.
Vitor Reyes.
They spent like £200 million.
Juma Bah from Valladolid.
Yeah, but they loaned him out straight away.
Well, still, it doesn't matter. You still bought him, so maybe it could be a talent for the future.
Yeah. They loaned him to Lens, I think, because they bought Kushanov.
Yeah, they also sold finally Cancel, I think.
No, I don't think that.
No? They loaned out
Kai Walker.
Yeah,
Caboret, who played at Kyoto last season, went to Benfica but didn't play enough and is now at Werder Bremen. And then a few youngsters. 200 million?
212 million.
Yeah, pounds as well.
Yeah.
7.
6
Or
minus.
Marmoush's number. I think they should have done this deal in these deals in the summer because they got Gundogan free, was free,
Look, I agree with
and
no, but I agree with getting
and
strong.
Savinho in the summer.
Yeah, no, yeah, you got me thinking
Yeah.
that they got 3 center backs, 2 of which should be really good young talents for the future. But do they need them now immediately? Like, is it something that they have to splash
I
the
think
cash for?
they doing it right now because they could get a transfer ban.
No, yeah, that's true.
In the coming months.
Still, this should also already be illegal. Like, you can't just do that thinking about what's going to happen in a couple months because you've...
It's a 7, even a 7.5, because Nico Gonzalez, they needed him, and of course he's a La Masia talent who went to Porto, and
If I'm thinking about the fact that they're going to have a transfer ban this summer, it makes a lot more sense, and I'm ready to give it an 8. If they don't get a transfer ban, for me, this is a 6 minus or a 5, because also Omar Marmoush, they were going to pay him this much also at the end of the season, so...
yeah.
And they didn't have to force that move that quickly. The thing is also because Savinho plays finally like a normal human being and knows how to play again as a footballer. Grealish had some decent performances. Oh, the times he played, he did decently. So
I think
Holland needs a solid backup, and they don't have one.
Well, it's Marmoush, but Marmoush is a starter, yeah, so that's right. Let's move on to the other side of Manchester. Of course, Man United. So
did they move anyone? Did somebody want to go there? They got Dorgu.
Yeah, Heaven, a youngster from a centre back from Arsenal, and Patrick Dorgu from Lecce
for 35 million.
Yeah, 30 million pounds. And Anthony
got sold
loaned to Real Betis. He's 24. He went from Man United to
from Ajax to Man United.
He went from Man United to a team called Real nella Liga. So he's the next GOAT, like Ronaldo did, same age. And Marcus Rashford, of course, went on loan to Aston Villa, I think. Yeah.
That's mean.
No.
That's mean.
It's a 2.5.
Honestly.
6 is too much.
Yeah, but mine is a 6 because I think that Dorgu's a great player. He's going to be a really good defender. I feel like they paid a lot for him, but whatever, that's what talent costs this day. The only reason why I'm not really happy about the transfer window is because they didn't give space throughout the season to Rashford, and they gave him away so easily. Like, they didn't want him anymore there. And
they didn't replace him. They lost Anthony. They lost Rashford. And they didn't buy any winger.
But I think they're hoping to play with Diallo and Garnacho, and that's it. And also Garnacho they wanted to send away. So, yeah, it's...
that's a 2.5. That's even a 2. A 6 is too much. 6 is Liverpool who didn't sell anyone. I don't know.
Worse than a 5 it can't be, because the thing is...
They needed Højlund and Zirze.
Yeah, but...
Terrible.
No, but I'm gonna...
Just give Zirze... Juventus needed a striker. Give it to them. Get a swap deal.
Yeah, but... But can we agree on this? Can we agree on something? United could not bring in anyone that could better that much their situation.
Vlahovic in the Premier League. A defender. Licha, the butcher, he's done his ACL.
Yeah, but okay, but
who's gonna play? Lenny Yoro,
we'll have
De Ligt and Maguire.
Yeah, but Maguire's not the problem.
Yeah, but Lenny Yoro.
I agree with you on that about Lenny Yoro. But...
Nah, that's a terrible window, and they're not backing Amorim. I think he gets.
He's gonna get sacked. We already knew it 2 months ago, probably. As soon as he got there, we knew he was gonna get sacked again at some point.
No backing a manager.
It's United mentality as of now.
I think he lost more games at United since he came to United. He lost more games than like the 80 games before, where he was managing Sporting. So.
Oh well, you still have to consider that he was managing one of the best, if not the best, team in Portugal. So
Yeah, and
we can't talk about United, or we're gonna kill ourselves.
Let's move on because that's the two. That's the one.
Still on.
Ruben Amorim sacked.
Still on.
Let's move on. No, Tottenham. Last team in the park.
Well, there would also be Bournemouth, but
yeah, Tottenham. They bought Kinski
from scored.
Prague. Yeah, Heung-min Son Rijan from Gangwon, but it was the deal was agreed in July. Danso on loan, and finally they got Sao. Let me tell you something. Did you see the announcement video of Tottenham? No, you didn't see it.
What?
They announced him with that video. Let me tell you something. But yeah, and yeah, they got the defense, the striker. That's easy. Tal, Danso, and Kinski to replace Vicario, of course, who's injured. That's easy. 6.5.
7+.
Yes, so you're telling me United had only one mark less?
But I feel because United is that bad that they can't do much to change the situation. So I'm not even going to rate them. Like, it could have been a 1 or a 0 because nothing happened and nothing interesting could have happened to that team.
I think they needed
a
better center back in that team.
You don't feel that Danso could be that guy?
Got rejected by Roma in the summer and Juventus.
No, that's not what happened. Because he's small. No.
Yeah. He didn't pass the
No, he didn't go to Roma because Roma opted for a free Hermoso who...
He didn't pass the man.
No.
That's what was it was. Yeah. Let's move on.
Dude, how are you going to tell me that Ayoko would have passed the medical exam at this point?
Ayoko is a great player.
And how could he pass a medical exam if he's always injured? No, Danso is a great defender, and he showed that at the last European Cup with Switzerland. Austria, sorry, and he was great.
Okay, let's zoom the Serie A quickly.
There's only 2 teams that are interesting.
Well, Inter.
No,
let's do Inter. They did bring Zelensky. Let's do Inter.
Let's not do Inter.
Let's do Inter.
How can it be a 2? You didn't lose anyone.
Saremi, ain't good. Correa. Did Correa...
They have injured again.
They still had injured. He didn't go...
Let's see. Oh, he didn't go anywhere.
They don't have a replacement for Thuram and Lautaro. But Aslan is not good enough. Fatesi.
Yeah, but that's why I'm giving it a 4. The only reason is that they don't have a solid midfielder to back up the ones that are already there.
Maybe a 3 is too harsh, but yeah.
Because the thing is that Inter survived even when Thuram or Lautaro were injured. The thing is, when Çalhanoğlu got injured, the quality of the game went terrible. I feel that...
I know they don't have the money, but they need to buy someone.
They can't buy someone.
Swap the away for Fatesi. Okay, so let's do AC Milan or Juventus?
We can do Juventus.
Let's do Juventus. So, who did they bring in? Renato Veiga.
Lloyd Kelly. Colomwani.
And... yeah, that's it. Alberto Costa, of course.
Yeah.
Alberto Costa had a market value of 1 million. They spent 40 million.
Yeah, and they were asking some young talent. It's always
Colomwani, defenders, And they sold, of course, Danilo moved on.
Yeah, they sent him off. And also Alexandro
Fagioli
also finally went away.
Alexandro in the
No,
summer.
it was now.
No, it was in the summer.
Fagioli left.
Going to Fiorentina.
Yeah. And that's pretty much it, I think.
That's a 5.
No.
Fagioli, losing Fagioli.
It doesn't make any difference. He wasn't playing, and when he was playing, he was not the game changer you think he is.
Yeah, but you don't have the replacement. I'm gonna give them a 6. Come on, 6.
I think that
That's
Juventus are still hoping that Douglas Luiz is gonna wake up from his sleep and his
You
coma,
want him
and
to wake up because you got him in the FPL.
the other player that they're still hoping that starts to perform is Miners, who has been terrible this season. But I feel like Colomani is what. Well, they brought but they brought on a new defender. Lloyd Kelly could be the good solution for that defense because they have been so bad. No, not a replacement. He's gonna pair him up. Who's gonna play again with Gatti?
Yeah, but he's Gatti.
Yeah, okay, but they're gonna. They're gonna play with a black and a white cat. They're gonna play.
Yeah.
No, but I feel that Colomani had to come in because Vlahovic has not been on his game, and they needed somebody to shake up that offense, and he's been good so far.
Yeah. So, let's talk about last team, AC Milan, the best team in Italy. So, of course, they bought the big marquee signing, Santiago Jimenez from Feyenoord, 32 million. With a market value of 37, that's a great deal.
They did not pay him 32. They pay him 32 plus add-ons.
Alvaro Morata went on loan to
Galatasaray,
of course.
Benacer went to Marseille.
The Bonzo.
They sent out
Bonzo from
Monza
for 10 million.
They sent out Luca Romero to a Mexican side.
Joe Felix on loan for 5 million from Chelsea, and Sottil on loan for 1 million from Fiorentina. Kai Walker, of course, on loan from Man City, and yeah, that's it. That's a tough one. Okafor went to Napoli.
Yeah.
That's on paper. That's a 9.9. 6.5.
Dude,
9.9.
how can you say that?
Joe Felix.
Joao Felix, the one that scored like 10 goals in the last 3 seasons. An upgrade compared to what? To nothing. To no one.
They didn't have the player.
No, because anyone was better
He's
than
an
him.
upgrade on Okafor.
Okafor has scored more goals for AC Milan than
Of course,
Joao Felix has scored more for Chelsea.
He's an upgrade on Okafor.
No, he's
Santiago Jimenez.
Yeah, that's why the 0.5.
0.5. He's an upgrade on Morata.
Yeah, but I feel that they shouldn't have...
Bondo. He's an upgrade on Benacer right now. Because Benacer has not got the legs
but
anymore.
I feel like AC Milan are still lacking a midfielder.
Yeah, for Rangers, of course. But you have Musa.
No! You don't want Musa as a starter.
You can play with Joe Felix as a starter. As a central offensive midfielder behind the striker.
You know as well as I know that Reinders is not good as a mezzala, but he plays a lot better as an offensive midfielder.
Yeah, I know that.
Exactly. AC Milan needed another center mid, and they did not get one that can be a starter for them.
They're gonna get him in the summer.
They needed it now.
It's called Richie.
Plus, okay.
They want Richie, but
you got Kyle Walker. And
that's an upgrade on Emerson Royale.
Yeah. Okay, I can agree with that.
Point as well.
But there's still defenders missing in that team. There's no center backs that are solid or don't get injured constantly. How can you give a 9.9 without a good defender that stays fit for more than one game? Yeah, exactly.
No, it's not a 6.6. Maybe a 9 is a bit high, but
dude, it's a 7.5
an 8.
No, it's not.
An 8. 8.5.
Are you gonna tell me that you feel safe with having no backup to Maignan? No backup to Tomori or Pavlovic, or not even...
You got the youngsters.
I'm out of here.
We got the youngsters. They who's the... Yeah, we got a youngster from Milan. And then in defense we have Gabbia, of course.
Who is
Tomori.
often injured and Conceição does not
Tomori.
like. Tomori is
Kalulu alone. He's a backup.
Yeah, they have the right to buy him, so yeah. And the thing is, Morata for me should have not gone away because AC Milan needed a backup striker, and
Abraham.
Tammy Abraham cannot be that one.
Abraham
No.
Jovic.
Jovic.
Abraham Jovic. Joe Felix.
He's not a striker.
How much did you get this week?
4?
No, 5.5.
No, 5.
5.5.
Yeah.
Is it only one mark?
Yeah.
More than...
Yeah, because do you see the situation that AC Milan
You're
has and the
the-
one that Inter has? No.
8.5 at least.
No.
It's a
7.5 at max.
8.5.
No.
Give me 8.
No,
Give me
no,
8 and I'm
no. You know why? Because you have to keep in mind one thing. What is the situation with which AC Milan get to this transfer window?
It's not my problem if Inter has have a bad board, have a bad financial situation.
No, that's not what I'm talking about. How many points clear?
That you know, you saw the derby. That's
Exactly. The derby is the occasion in which AC Milan knows how to play. They play against Dinamo Zagreb, and what do?
No,
They fumble it.
It's an
No, it's
8.5.
never gonna be
It
an
would be
8.5.
a 9.
No.
They both like 22.
No.
They have headsets, and they played with them during every match, so they can
Dude,
project an Inter jersey on the opposition, and that's a 9.
you're out of your mind.
If we
honestly.
played Inter every
But
match, we
you
would
only
be
play
first.
decent against big teams
Yeah.
like Inter or Real Madrid. The whole season you've played bad, most inconsistently
Just
bad, most of the
22
teams.
VR headsets for the starters.
Yeah,
and
but
the
dude,
subs.
come on, honestly. You have to see why I gave a certain score to Inter and one to AC Milan. Not because I don't like AC Milan. I feel like they did a solid transfer window, but they could have done slightly better because they really need a defender. Instead, Inter does not have many problems. When they have problems, they kind of have some solutions that kind of work, and they are not
What
too
if
big of a
both
problem.
Lautaro and Thuram got injured?
I feel like Fertez is going to play striker at some point in the season.
I fall. Okay, that's it. That's it for this episode of the best podcast in the world, the best football podcast in the world. We're gonna have a guest next week, probably. Kai Havertz.
Shut up.
No, we're gonna try to get a guest. Yeah, and yeah, see you next week. Bye.
Have a great day.